Bulabinaka, my name is Litia and I'm from the beautiful island of Laos and I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
My name is Casey, I'm from Tabua. We love Today FM in Tabua. Today FM rocks.
My name is Selina, I'm from Tauvenga-Vengamba. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Pula, my name is Carlo. I love listening to the music in Today FM, in Malak Island. Today FM rock.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In the news tonight, Methodist Church requests not constitutionally possible, says government. Doctors' poor performance will not be tolerated, warns ministry. A large crowd gathers for annual Hibiscus float procession.
From the studios of FBC Suba, Amrita Sagar.
The government has stated that it is not constitutionally possible to agree to the request from the Methodist Church that principals and head teachers in schools run by them are their church members. The statement comes after the request was made by the church president, Dr. Tevita Bainivanua, as the church's annual conference is underway. Sharon Shivan reports.
The Methodist Church of Fiji claims the teachers and principals who follow their denomination will be able to better nurture their students spiritually. However, the government says this is not constitutionally possible. Acting Education Minister Vorenge Bainimarama says the same applies to any religious organization that has established and manages primary and secondary schools through Fiji. Bainimarama says the Fijian constitution states that every religious community or denomination and every cultural or social community has the right to establish, maintain and manage education institutions. However, no such community has the right to dictate who should be appointed as a principal, head teacher or teacher. He says it is in the best interest of our students first and foremost to have the most qualified head of school in place to ensure the delivery of an effective learning environment. Bainimarama adds teachers, head teachers and principals are all civil servants with salaries financed by taxpayers. As mandated in the sections 123 and 127 of the Constitution, recruitment and promotion within the civil service is based on merit. The Prime Minister says the government will not allow for discrimination on the grounds of religious adherence as it is contrary to our supreme law, the Fijian Constitution. Bainimarama says the appointments and promotions of all civil servants, including teachers, will continue to be made following an open, transparent and competitive selection process based on their qualifications and experience. Sharin Shivan, FBC News.
With over 10 outbreaks of multi-drug resistant organisms at the CWM hospital in Suva since 2006, the Health and Medical Services Ministry warns it will not tolerate poor performances from doctors. Permanent Secretary Philip Davis says strict measures will now be taken as a report on the recent outbreak of Acinetobacter baumannii reveals there's a need to effectively control the infection in the hospital. Sharon Shivan once again.
The Health Ministry's Permanent Secretary has made it clear that doctors need to step up and control the infection. Philip Davis says some doctors carry bacteria from one person to another as they do not wash their hands.
It's got to become normal behaviour. And conversely, those people who don't observe good practice need to be called out and challenged.
He even told nurses to confront the doctors when they do so.
Nurses will be very shy, very reticent to pull up a doctor and say, hey doctor, you should be washing your hands. But what we've got to do is we've got to empower those nurses to have the confidence, whether it's a doctor or someone, as the Minister said, you know, if you're visiting a patient, you may be asked to wash your hands, you should be asked to use some hand gel.
We will continue to ensure that we offer services in an environment that is as safe and effective as possible.
Despite the outbreak, the ministry has assured that the neonatal intensive care unit ward is still safe for the patients. Sharin Shivan, FBC News.
A colourful procession of 26 floats made its way through the people-packed Railway Road to the Vodafone Arena in Lodhala Bay, Suva today. The annual Vodafone Hibiscus Festival is a much-awaited event for many. And Rachel Nath, who was part of the festivities, files this report.
One of the main attractions of Hibiscus is the float parade, which draws in kids and grown-ups alike.
So as you can see, a number of people have turned out today to be part of the Hibiscus float procession that started from Rugby Garden City and is heading all the way down to the Vodafone Arena.
Again, I feel great to be part of this year's Hibiscus Festival float procession. It's always good to see different types of floats from queens, kings, and all contestants that have been part. So
It's exciting, really beautiful.
The Queen contestants were also excited with the atmosphere.
Oh, it's a beautiful day out here, so then it's exciting. I love this float. I love the concept. I love it. It's exciting to be here and so creative. Everything's so creative.
I'm very excited, once in a lifetime opportunity, isn't it? I get to eat lollies as well. I don't think I have anything to lose because I've gained a lot. It has helped me boost my confidence, and I have all the memories to cherish all my life.
The best float was awarded to Suva City Council, while the best food stall went to stall number 7.
Well, actually, it's a very joyous day and it's very awesome and fabulous.
What do you think of the float so far?
Pretty big, new.
It's a good and I'm excited.
My grandchildren are from Western here, my wife is here, so they are enjoying.
Meanwhile, the Hibiscus Events Group charity chest raised over $174,000. Ms. Fulton Hogan, Highways Caroline Koro Vula made the highest contribution of over $44,000 and claimed the Miss Charity title. She also was announced Miss Personality last night. The festival will close tonight with the crowning of the 2017 Vodafone Hibiscus King and Queen. Rachel Nath, FBC News.
Meanwhile, no serious crimes have been recorded by the police force as security was beefed up during the week-long festivity. Police Chief of Operations ACP Rusiate Tundravu says they only received reports of a few minor incidents, including pickpockets and the missing child. ACP Tundravu says, as usual, they had increased their visibility near Lodala Bay and the surrounding areas. He says the officers were not only controlling the traffic, but had kept a close watch on the public. Police will continue their operations until tomorrow. Still to come, murder trial to be summed up next week. And Vatuanga Bridge will close temporarily tomorrow morning.
Moala rarara ranavika, o tikongona taon singa toka, ando talisaka na wakaronga ng Bula FM, number 2 na serre.
Ya dora subuni kurna bili. Ibora ni batu kara hambara binaranga. Do talitakina na waronga ng Bula FM, number 2 na serre. Bula!
Bula FM, number 2 en serie.
Vodafone Fiji Limited has issued over 100,000 e-ticketing cards to the public until now. The e-ticketing system will come into effect from October 1st. The e-transport machines are being installed in around 600 buses, and Vodafone is working with around 30 companies. Vodafone Fiji head of e-commerce Shailendra Prasad says it's important for everyone to register now, as they will get their e-transport cards for free.
Those people who have had doubts that this thing will not come through, this will come. And to avoid the last minute rush, we advise you, please register early.
Suva High Court Judge Justice Salesi Temo will sum up a murder trial on Monday, which involves a man who is said to be mentally challenged. Levi Lino is charged with 1 count of murder. He is alleged to have stabbed 42-year-old Ashwin Lal to death with a kitchen knife outside a shopping complex adjacent to Namotomoto village in Nandi in 2013. Defense still maintains that when the incident happened 4 years ago, the accused was not in the right state of mind. However, state says murder is a serious offence and all the elements in the case were proven in the week-long trial. A man charged with 1 count of defilement of a young person was produced at the Suva Magistrates Court. Ronald Diven Ram is charged with defiling a 15-year-old girl in Samambula, Suva in 2010. The accused had pleaded not guilty to the offence. Prosecution has only called 1 witness, which is the complainant. Defence said that there is no case to answer, therefore both defence and state made oral and written submissions. The matter has been adjourned to August 24th for no case to answer ruling. Now, the Fletcher Bailey Bridge in Vatuanga, Suva will be closed from 2 a.m. tomorrow. Fiji Roads Authority Acting Chief Executive Robert Sen says the bridge will reopen on Monday. Sen says the closure is to enable China Railway 14 Group to place beams on the new bridge that is being constructed beside the old one. He adds the work will require the use of heavy machinery, and the contractor is using this 24-hour period to mobilize and demobilize heavy machinery required for the beam placement work. Motorists are advised to use Grantham Road during this period. In world news, police in Spain believe the suspects in the 2 terror attacks carried out in Barcelona were planning something much bigger. At least 20 people have died, including 5 terror suspects, and more than 100 people were injured. Ahead in sport, Silver Blues successfully defend a netball title. And Fijian golfer Vijay Singh finishes at 43rd position. This and more coming up.
I'm under a sort of of Nayabu whenever I want to tune in to listen to great music, I always tune in to my favorite radio station, Gold FM, only the classic.
My name is Lita. We love listening to Gold FM here at the Fiji Hideaway Resort and Spa. Gold FM, only the classic hits.
We here at Kano Waterfront Lautoka love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM.
The Silver Blue netball team defended its title in the Major A category of the Digicel Punjas Netball National Championship this afternoon. The capital side defeated Lautoka 37-24 in the final. Melita Vanga reports.
The Silver Blue team remained undefeated throughout the competition, proving that they deserve to keep the title.
As defending champion is always tough. Defending your title is always tough. So during training I told the girls, whoever we're going to play in the finals, they'll give us a good go. That's what we saw in the first and second quarter. And come through the third and the fourth quarter, we could just see the difference in the experience.
Coach Gabriel Ngoro acknowledged his players for their efforts.
Fitness-wise, I could see the team match physically and the skills-wise, but it's just a know-how and how you'll be able to execute. The level of understanding of the game paid off in the third and fourth quarter.
Runners-up Lautoka manager Vasi Tingyo says the Blues put up a tough battle in the final.
Lautoka was just playing basic and they played their hearts out today. Even though the game was tough, but they played the game according to what we really taught them today.
Looking at other results in the Major B category final, Silver Red beat Nasino 28-22. Wainikeli 1 defeated Wainikeli 2 in the minor category, while Silver Blues beat Lautoka 33-18 in the under-17 category. Melita Vanga, FBC Sports.
Fijian golfer Vijay Singh has made a poor finish at the end of round 3, carding 4 over par 73 on the Fiji International at the Natandola Golf Course in Singatoka. Singh shot 2 birdies on holes 1 and 9 and 3 bogeys on 12, 16 and 18. Meanwhile, Australia's Wade Ormsby takes charge on the leaderboard, carding 10 under par 68. The Bar football team has qualified for the OFC Champions League after beating Lambasa 3-0 in the Vodafone Premier League at Govind Park this afternoon. The Men in Black's goals came from Lesenia Raura, Sola Wanga and Samuela Nambinia. Bar now has 28 points while Lambasa has 24 points. Meanwhile, Suva defeated Nandi 1-0 at Prince Charles Park. Suva's goal was scored by Ravinesh Karan in the 11th minute of play. The Vodafone Fiji Secondary Schools Rugby Sevens Championship was held at the ANZ Stadium in Suva last night, with East 1 winning the under-19 grade, beating West 2 31 points to 7. East 1 scored 5 tries, with winger Netani Vakayalia scoring 2 tries and Vereniki Tikoi Solomone scoring a double, while West 2's lone try was scored by Penaya Rambonu. East 1 walked away with 2 sets of new uniforms and $700 prize money.
Victory today for our under-19 boys. I must congratulate the team from the West for putting up a gallant effort today. But I salute my boys for maintaining the composure in this grand final.
New Zealand booked a place in the semi-finals of the Women's Rugby World Cup after comfortably beating Canada 48-5 in its final pool game. The Black Ferns will now face the United States in the semi-final next week. The Wallabies are pledging to play traditional running rugby in pursuit of a Bledisloe Cup boil-over against the All Blacks tonight. Raging underdogs, the Australians believe the only way to end a 5-test losing run against the world champions is attacking the All Blacks and starving them of possession. The Wallabies take on the All Blacks at 10 tonight in the Bledisloe Cup and Rugby Championship opener, while South Africa take on Argentina at 3:05 a.m. tomorrow. Fine weather prevailed over most parts of the country today. Taking a look at the west, it was generally sunny. Temperatures ranged between 27 to 29. Now eastwards from Pacific Harbour to Suva, similar conditions prevailed. And up in Vanuatu, Lambasa recorded the highest temperature at 32 degrees and Savu was a bit cooler at 27. At sea, easterly winds 15 to 20 knots, winds turning and becoming northeasterly tonight. Moderate to rough seas and moderate southeast swells. As for the tides, the low tide is at 10:29 tonight with a high tide at 4:44 tomorrow morning. Sunrise will be at 6:23 a.m. The outlook for tomorrow, showers developing over most places later tomorrow. Moderate easterly winds, fresh at times, winds turning and becoming northeasterly tonight. And as for Monday, occasional showers over most places is expected. Recapping the main stories, Methodist Church request not constitutionally possible, says government. Doctors' poor performance will not be tolerated, warns ministry. And large crowd gathers for annual Hibiscus float procession. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station, Gold FM. To our poll question, this week we are asking, are food prices expensive at the Hibiscus Festival? Visit our FBC website to answer. You can always send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fb.com.fj or share it with us via our Facebook page FBC News, or you can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC News or simply hashtag FBC News. And that was your FBC News for tonight. Until next time, good night.
Bula, kera mai singatoka, kera ndo tali taka na varorong na Radio Fiji 1 and Domoy Viti.
Ayaw na rin siya. Uti ko minasong buti ko lang ndo tali taka na Radio Fiji 1 and Domoy Viti.
Ayaw ko yazo sila tali, nagurara may nawamanyi, nandunga. Gitu tali tajiri ang gitu pinasibali, nagundurong barong na Radio Fiji 1 and Domoy Viti.
Na Radio Fiji 1 and Domoy Viti na bonga ni BNN.